who had issues. We had some issues with Vanessa Douglas and Mia in the Pride. Okay, so that had nothing to do with the fold. It had nothing to do with T. Nathan. All right. So you'll catch up to that later. There'll be some videos about that as well. However, in midstream of all this, Goddess Mia had issues with T. Nathan. Their personal issues is their personal issues. However, she continued around. This all started January. No, for us, it started in March of 2021. Around July, August 2021, last year, Goddess Mia kept dropping videos talking about she got lawyers and she's got investigators and we're all going to jail. Kind of the same thing Blaze does, but in a different way, right? And lo and behold, and then we have Shevette, which is Shevette is Bonnie Perez. And just for, educational purposes, saying people's name is not a motherfucking doxing. Okay? So let's get that the fuck out the way. You guys say my fucking name every goddamn day. Anyway, Shevette started doing shit like saying she had investigators as well, started filing IC3 reports on us, which you'll see, telling followers to call NCIS or JAG, which is against I Speak. And they were going after I Speak and T. Nathan. September 7th, 2021, T. Nathan was incarcerated. And their investigator helped it happen. They had two investigators. One was Heather Sheridan, which you guys all know about, the white racist troll. The other one was Candace Clark. At the time, we did not know who she was. She was an unmasked man. Nobody in here knew who the fuck she was until until some receipts were dropped recently.
Keep tapping because they don't want the story to get out.
When T. Nathan went to jail September 7th, 2021.
Froze, Cuban.
Huh?
It had froze for a minute.
Okay, are you there? They're probably reporting me, y'all.
Yeah, it's not froze for me, but
okay. Well, you're gonna have to check with y'all because Tavia's phone be fucked up. She got no Cryzone's Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's frozen.
It is frozen.
Okay, it's unfrozen now.
Okay, you got whack. See, I can't trust these two. I need the two middle people to tell me because both of them have whack ass service.
No, I don't.
La la.
All right, finish your statement. Back
It's
to the
not
point.
frozen for me.
Anyways, so when he went to jail, Heather Sheridan's roommate reached out to me. This was the next day, and said Heather and the investigator did it. I said, what's the investigator's name? She said Candy. So around the 10th, I started dropping subliminals on TikTok to get motherfuckers nervous. And I would do videos like, hey, Candy Cane, where you at? You on the wrong side of TikTok. And so I spent day and night, Daewoo will tell you, day and night with Rico and Rabbi researching anybody in the Chicago area. No, different Candy. It's not Candy Capricorn. Not Candy Capricorn. I don't even know who that broad is. Anyways, I found this article on the news about this girl named Candace. Now, I had no idea who the bitch was, but it sounded good. Bitch sounded like she fit the profile of some fuck shit. So I posted her video September 14th, 2021 of this news report of Candace Clark being a scam artist and embezzled tons of money from like $500,000. And I posted it just to rattle everybody, right? And it worked. That was September 14th. The video is still on my page. September 20th, this investigator reached out to me to try to convince me that Goddess Mia had nothing to do with T. Nathan going to jail and to put it on Vanessa Douglas, Heather Sheridan, and Bonnie Perez, Chevette, right? She started sending me a whole bunch of evidence of what the fuck, who did what, and how they did it to exonerate Goddess Mia. So the first video I'm going to show was the first communication with that investigator, and then we'll work back and around, right? Because I have 2 terabytes of receipts, so they are not in chronological order, but they're receipts nonetheless. All right, everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions thus far?
Nope.
Anyone confused thus far? Oh, I gotta take the effects off. Can we see?
Yes.
Or is it too?
The computer screen, right?
That's what you gonna see. You're gonna see YouTube. But I'm trying to see. Here we go. So let me turn all the volume up. Let me pause it. This one might not be the one with the sound. No, let me see. So, okay. So these are my first set of receipts that doesn't have the commentary with it that I know of. Let me see. My volume just not up. No, my volume's up. So this one doesn't have the receipts. There's going to be another one just like it. These are all, if you see at the top it says Catrice, her name, she was trying to say her name was Catrice. So this is her in the gray, me in the green. And she's trying to convince me of a whole bunch of fuck shit that happened, right? But it's not going to do you guys no good. You can pause and read and go back to my TikTok, my YouTube, try and find the ones with the volume. Here's one.
To Radmir Bertrand hired this investigator and continued to contact me to prove that it was Chivette, aka Bonnie Cantu Perez, and Kicking It 101, Heather Sheridan. She also wanted to push the narrative that Vanessa Douglas was in fact the one who pushed this whole narrative of putting Nathan in jail. Here's a copy of IC3 reports, FBI reports made by Bonnie Cantu Perez against myself and countless other people on a social media app. Again, more FBI reports. The whole time trying to insist that Mia would never do this and that she couldn't do this. Again, text messages between me and the investigator with more reports. She goes on to tell me that Vanessa Douglas had contacted a victims advocacy agency to make a report on T. Nathan for making TikTok videos. Here's some more text messages showing that Shiva, Bonnie Cantu Perez, and Mia were sending her information about myself, a couple other people, and T. Nathan. As you can see at the top, this is as well as T. Nathan Fairley and Cyborg Ravi. Again.
So for context, this was happening all the way from February of last year, 2021. Cantu, Chivette, Goddess Mia. Goddess Mia's name is on here as a witness, as well as Debbie Crenner, which is Fed Up American, and the investigator making IC3 reports on members of the fold. I was not part of the fold at that time. Myself alone saying that we were domestic terrorists. And those were the kind of reports they were making on us over TikTok videos.
She also made several on myself alone, labeling us as a cult and domestic terrorists. Also, I want to point out, and this, she's referring to herself in third person. She called I know it's late, but T. Nathan slipped up, and I have an address for you. This is Chivette sending messages to the so-called investigator.
So apparently he was at the barber shop yesterday getting his beard done. I don't know if you've been on his page or not. And apparently he's doing a food drive barbecue thing tomorrow for the homeless. So that's going to be a good time because he's going to be out and about. I don't know.
You're the
All right, this is back in September. This was actually in August before he went to jail.
been debunked because the agency doesn't exist. The emails are ending with .coms instead of .govs or whatever the agency name is. I also want you to notice that they just went into elaborate detail. At one point, you have the yellow at the bottom and at the top, like it's an official email, but on some of them you don't. So the first ones they didn't. This one does. Also notice the spacing. It's triple spaced. Now it's not, but this is supposed to be the same one. There's no yellow at the top or at the bottom this time. She was sending me different ones, 2 different ones that say the exact same thing. Grammar, punctuation, everything is off. No seal at the bottom. No stamp. Nothing showing that this is an actual agency. Again, here, the yellow sticker isn't there, saying it's an internal.
For those who say they can't see it, you can go to my YouTube. It's on my YouTube. For some reason, the play button won't stop showing in the middle. I don't know why, but you can see it better on my YouTube.
Email. Straight bullshit, bogus, and again, here goes all the triple spaces. Same words, same meaning, same everything. Again, it doesn't exist. Pause and read. Now she's telling me not to make sure that the agencies are not exposed. However, I've emailed them myself. They do not exist.
He's actually wanted. He's abstained from his parole. I messaged my friend here to contact any bounty hunters here, and I'm going to give them his location. Period. Yeah. Before he gets wise and packs up.
Part 3 is coming.
So, any major questions in there? If not, we're going to keep moving. It gets really good. I have a question, y'all. I am white and always know when to talk and when to listen. But do I have a question? But okay, you can ask questions.
Yes.
Just don't let it be a dumb one.
Somebody had a question.
Oh, Heather Sheridan.
They were asking.
You'll see her in a minute.
Yeah, that was another one.
You'll see Heather Sheridan.
Yeah, I was but one that particular on this one was.
Hold on, is that Eddie Brock? Brock and Jenny?
Yeah, it looked like a new account. I'm not familiar with that account. It might be him.
All right, well, whoever it is, it looks like Eddie Brock. What you're seeing is me showing all the fucking receipts on live, since people have a tendency to have a hard time getting to YouTube. So I'm going to bring YouTube to them. dropping the receipts.
All right. So somebody had a question. It was about, was this over TikTok beef?
Yes.
With T. Nathan that you just showed.
Yes. This is over TikTok beef. Did he commit any crimes? He committed crimes 15 years ago. He was on parole and he had left the state of Mississippi. And so they felt that it was important that they call parole, let parole know where he was. Then they then issued him a warrant and ended up picking him up. But yeah, so that's that.
Part 4. Fraudulent investigators exposed. Here you will see that they actually made up an email and emailed my university requesting my documents, saying that I had identification issues and that I needed records showing my birthday, gender, and race. Now, make this make sense. This is the response to Candice Catrice Candy Krista, impersonating myself in an email, letting her know that that would not be possible. They had already flagged the situation and had already contacted myself. They had let me know that somebody was impersonating me in order to obtain my records. And at that time, launched an investigation. Here is a list of emails from security and other important people at the university that I graduated from in regards to the investigation and the outcome. I'm not putting all of that because that's personal information, but I will give you this. The clip that I'll be playing in a second is a result of all calls are recorded for training purposes at my university. Unfortunately for her, I recognize her voice. Here's them sending me the evidence.
My name is Miss Moppin. You sent me an email a couple of weeks ago in referencing to my request, the student ID numbers. I've been trying to get this information at this point for months. And I need someone to give me a contact back to let me know what is going on. You can send me an email or you can give me a call. You can give me a call at 312-560-7198. Thank you.
So let me explain something here. This was back in August. I am an alumni at USC. My school called me and said, hey, did you just request your records recently? I tell them no. They were like, well, we just got an email. At the beginning of this video I just showed you, they put DNS Moppin or whatever. That voice recording was definitely not my voice saying that they were Miss Moppin. They were fraudulently trying to impersonate me to get my records from my school. It didn't work. Security did an investigation. Their investigation only entailed them making sure that the school didn't screw up and give up any PHI, which is not PHI, any private information, right? So when they deemed that no one did end up screwing up or falling for this, they gave me all the evidence. And she, in the text messages that I showed you previously, if you go to my YouTube and watch them, she was saying that Heather did it. Right? So for those of you who think that this is just about Blaze, just about fucking Scala, just about fucking Tanya and Alicia, this shit has been going on for over a year. This is the shit that they've been doing. All right? Any questions?
Someone had, I think it was Willow, asked, is there a certain video that started the beef with T. Nathan?
Yeah, no, not with T. Nathan. They had internal beef within the fold. And that's neither here nor there. That was a personal beef. We're talking about people doing the fuck shit on the app. People's personal beefs is irrelevant. The fuck shit they do behind it is what Did they recruit? Yes, they did. But we'll get to that in a minute. This one is me and Vanessa go live. But it was a 45-minute live. That's this one right here. It says Cuban and Vanessa go live. And we dropped a lot of these receipts in that live. It's 43 minutes long. It got real hectic because people didn't like their names mentioned, but they were only mentioned because this fake ass investigator was giving up names. All right. So if you want to see that, it's 45 minutes. This one's 2 minutes, but there's one that's 43 minutes long. This is Heather Sheridan's son. This is another 49-minute video. Heather Sheridan exposed part 1. This is her oldest son coming forward because he was watching what his mother was doing on this app to the BIPOC community for some BIPOC and was not okay with it. You also see later on that he exposed receipts of her being a racist very recently. But this is Heather Sheridan's son. It's 49 minutes long, so I'm not going to play this right now, but just letting you guys know. This right here is 4 minutes. We'll let you watch this. This is text messages between her oldest son and Heather Sheridan, I believe. Let me see. Oh, wait, this might not even be important. Wait, right. Some of it was between me and
the N-word.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, this is important. The reason why this is important is because Heather Sheridan, Goddess Mia, all of them tried to accuse myself and Cyborg Grabby of having Heather's his fiance have a miscarriage. And they were attacking us for that. And so in this text message, he makes it, and this is him, he makes it very, very clear that she was never pregnant. She lied about it. This is actually his girlfriend hitting me up. So not him, but his new wife. They're married now. Letting it be known that everything that she said was a lie. And they were on this app telling everybody that me and Rabbi caused her child, her grandchild to die, which was a fucking lie because she was never pregnant.
Lying and saying many of us made her son's girlfriend have a miscarriage is not true. We knew this, but this is her son reaching out to me and his new wife, who is actually pregnant, stating that that girl was lying, and so was Heather Sheridan. Yeah. This is a text message that her son sent me showing that he was trying to check her about saying the N-word and how she continues to use it. This was just last year. So her story of it's been 5 years is bullshit. This was just last year, and he says she uses it regularly. I'm just painting a picture here. More and more will be revealed. Sparingly.
You see the N-word up in here? That's Heather Sheridan using that N-word.
If you watch my previous videos on this page, you'll see a lot about her in there as well. With the investigator talking about her part, Heather's part in the situation with T. Nathan going to jail, including trying to destroy personal things in my life. Heather Sheridan has current stalking charges against this woman's husband. He allegedly stole her truck or whatever, but Heather decided to threaten this woman and her child right there, as you can see. Yeah, she has a tendency and a habit of harassing Black women, women of color, and apparently children as well, threatening her child in this text. Yeah, the woman threatens to call the police, and Heather makes it clear that she's threatening her with this man right here, who I think was her husband, and she was trying to stay away from, and threatening her some more with her connections to law enforcement. This is a pattern of her harassing people, stalking people repeatedly. Notice at the top it says Kicking It 101. If I say that stalking, harassing is real, it's real. The entire page is we got Eddie Brock, DA Select, myself, Queen Kim OG, Cyber Rabbi, me. All these people, I speak. Nathan.
There's even more now. This was 6 months ago when I did this video. No one would listen.
Vanessa. Me. T. Nathan. Eddie Brock. Again, watch my previous videos on this page and you'll see many text messages from a so-called alleged investigator who was working with Goddess Mia, aka Rodmere Bertrand, and Heather Sheridan, and Shivette, aka Bonnie Cantu Perez, to put T. Nathan in jail, along with stalking, harassing several other people, including myself.
This is another interview, a phone call with her son.
Hey, why you forcing your child to be trans, bitch? Why are you forcing your child?
For attention?
Because that's only enough to know if you want to be a boy or a girl.
Where the discharge papers at home?
Yeah, where's the discharge papers? So you sat there and accused a whole bunch of people. Where the discharge papers? Where they at? Where they at?
Where the discharge papers?
Queen of receipts, where the discharge papers at? But this is the thing, this girl talks so much, everybody know her business. When you get out of a mental hospital, they don't give you discharge papers. She ran into a house with her kids in a fucking car. You drunk bitch.
You're a maggot to me, baby. Nothing you say about me is gonna bother me because I don't give a fuck about you. You a low class hoe. I run with dollars, baby. It costs money to get on my level. You a low class hoe, bitch. You a street walker, hoe. Keep walking that motherfucking strip.
Back to YouTube. Nobody gives a fuck what you say no more.
With your $27.99 ass wig, bitch. You gonna get up here?
Ooh, somebody mad at me, boy. Which explains
Got the real
why I
mail.
couldn't get back in this live. I got kicked out. Why? They let me back in. And also, I kept requesting to fucking get in. Why the fuck your motherfucking beanie look like this bitch right here? She is the self-proclaimed silverback. Anyways, I digress. What you hoes running from? Why you kick me out the live?
All of a sudden, you bring your ass on my fucking page because you're trying to see what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what's going on.
So the rest of that is a personal beef between them. The only reason why I played that was to showcase how Mia was okay with being transphobic towards Kappa wasn't the one talking. Kappa didn't say anything in that live. All bullshit aside, Kappa didn't say shit. It was more about Goddess Mia being okay with people being transphobic towards Vanessa and her son, who is trans male.
And you can see Mia's real personality.
Right. See,
The
Mia
real
wasn't
Mia.
on TikTok it was on Instagram. So you get to see Mia's whole realness on display. Yes. Yes, zero sold. But yeah, that transphobic shit is not called for. Again, let me make it really clear. Kappa ain't had nothing. Kappa can't control what other people say out their mouth. They ain't got nothing to do with Kappa. She's happened to be in it. Here is Heather Sheridan.
So this video is for right there. I'm sorry you're missing your daddy, and that for 2 years you won't have your daddy. This is to set something straight.
This is Heather Sheridan, who had a part in major hand in the first time T. Nathan went to jail, as well as the second time he went to jail, which was February 15th. This video pertains to the second time going to jail.
We were there waiting to go into the courtroom to testify. I was going to testify to the videos of where Troy threatened my life if he got arrested again.
T. Nathan never, ever threatened this ugly lady. He did a video about the diaspora and said, "Is this the hill you're willing to die on?" Is what the fuck he said.
The Zoom room that we were in failed. Nobody testified. If Candace testified, then she lied to me because the Zoom room failed. They were trying to get us in there. I was in contact with the DA's office. They said that it failed, and the judge went ahead and proceeded without any victim testimony. So you're lucky that I didn't get a chance to testify. And you really do need to pick a struggle, Lloyd. Do I either not have enough money to pay any of my bills, or do I have so much money that I can hire a private investigator to work for over a year on a case? Do you know how much that costs, Lloyd? I do. I had a private investigator company, so I know how much I would charge for something like that. Do you know how many thousands of dollars that would have costed? So either I have all this money and I live in public housing, or else I have no money to pay any bills because I live a lavish life. Your choice, Lloyd. Which one is it? Pick a struggle for you and your daddy in the fold. Pick a struggle. You got to find a new narrative, okay?
Remember, that's the same female that we saw using the N-word and stalking that sister and her son.
Find a new narrative. Troy Nathan Fairley is the only one responsible for him being locked up and given all that supervision and unsupervised probation. And at any time during any of that probation, we will all be watching. Okay? So when he comes out, if he tries to run again, we'll help track him down. That's a promise, not a threat. It's time for Troy to grow up and be a man that he says he is. It's time for him to grow up and quit scamming people. Get a job. Quit having people just give you their money because you speak so eloquently from reading the back of books. Grow up, all of you. The fold has folded. If you want to say I did it, damn, I'm pretty damn powerful. And all of y'all then should be worried because you always cut off the head of the snake first before you go after the body.
So that's a contradiction because she was in Petty Rose Live about 3 weeks ago and admitted to doing everything. So she was lying here. Was there a question, Lala, that needs to be addressed?
You just answered that question that somebody had, and she lied in Petty Rose Live. So that was a big question I saw.
This right here is a video after she put T. Nathan in jail. The first time I went to, and was stalking me and doing a whole bunch of fucking crazy shit and the school shit, just all the shit. I flew to Kentucky and pressed charges on her. She does have stalking charges in Kentucky. She has a warrant, but it's a misdemeanor, so they won't extradite her. Okay, before I play this one, this is a video of the first time he went to jail. The first time.
That's why we use our attorneys and our investigators. Me and Mia have had, well, Shivit set up also. We've had the same attorney and investigators for a couple of months now, looking into things.
Did you hear it? Do we need to play it again? Here, let me play it again.
That's why we use our attorneys and our investigators. Me and Mia have had, well, Shivit set up also. We've had the same attorney and investigators for a couple of months now, looking into things.
That was the first time he went to jail. Oops, sorry. Where's my pen at? I don't know where it's at.
I'm going to take a second here and say, keep tapping the screen, y'all, because they will try to take this live down, and keep sharing. We're at 104 shares, so keep sharing. Keep tapping the screen and keep asking questions. We'll try to get to your questions at the end of the video.
This video here was done after the first time he went to jail.
I stand behind every word that I said that night. Every fucking word. I won't report you for harassment and bullying because I stand for what I believe in. And you guys are racists hiding and you're clout chasers. So continue to make the videos. I have several fucking accounts and I don't follow any of you. But I can find you because I used to be a private investigator. I used to be a bail bond agent. I have access to databases you can only dream of. But keep going. Keep going, nerdy girl. Tutu. Nerdy girl. Tutu. Keep going. You're a dumbass.
Heather doxing. This is Heather doxing.
This video is about Troy Nathan Farley. Fairly, whatever. T. Nathan Lopius, the savage Lopius. It would appear that you've been committing crimes since 1988 at least. When you were in the Air Force, and you stole an airman's wallet, used his ATM card, which at that time we all kept our PIN numbers written in our wallets, and you drained his account over 2 days. There's case law that's been made about you. You did time in Leavenworth, and you were dishonorably discharged from the military. But that's not all. Here it is back in December of 2019 that Mike Bolden, the owner of the Midas shop there in Fort Smith, Arkansas, filed a complaint against you for passing a fraudulent check, a fake check that you made on your computer. At that time, you went in and had car repair done, and that poor hourly employee who, at the end of the car repair, you said the only way I have to pay for it is a check, was forced to take the check and then suffer the consequences of accepting that.
Mind you, none of that shit is said right here. This bitch has created her own goddamn synopsis on every motherfucking thing.
Like that fake check. So you did that to a poor hourly employee of that company, and he faced consequences for what you did. But what is really interesting is the narrative that was filed on that police report. You see, they contacted the Mississippi Department of Corrections, Probation and Parole, and they found out you have a long history of doing these things. That's why you ran from your parole. It wasn't over the KKK or a white supremacist group getting your address. There's never been a police report made about.
She went after T. Nathan or Goddess Mia.
You haven't crosses burnt in your yard there in Mississippi. I checked. I investigated. But there's plenty of evidence.
And you can go all up and down all these people's pages, and they all have went hard in the paint protecting Heather Sheridan. I am King Genty. This is, oh, come on in. Oh, wait. Nope. I can't. Well, let me in. It won't let you in. Can someone drop down for Patrick real quick?
I got you.
Just real quick.
Hello. So what's going on, Tavia, Rico, and Miss James and Cuban? What's going on? I'm confused.
Oh, I'm playing all the receipts of all the fuck shit these people have done.
Oh, okay. You dropping every detail.
I'm dropping all the receipts from my YouTube.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I already played some of the investigative shit. I played the motherfuckers audios of them tracking down T. Nathan before he went to jail the first time. I played the audios of them impersonating me at my school.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Hashtag.
Tavia, you know damn well Blaze is gonna sit here and report your guest live for smoking that cigarette, because you know he likes to rat-a-tat-tat-tooey. Stop it.
He's gonna do what?
A little deep context. Mia
on Tavia for smoking that cigarette.
Mia got Heather involved. Anytime that girl mentioned an investigator or her investigators, it was Heather and Candace Clark. Mia met Candace Clark first.
I want to tie a knot right here for people who are unaware who these people are. All this is important for those of you that are familiar with Blaze and Scala and them. This does tie back to them. So we're going to get to that point soon. Absolutely. But you have to know these people first.
And
that's what I want to add.
Willow, I saw the question about the fold. I'll talk to you off the app with that, or in our bat cave somewhere near us, because that's not the topic right now. That's a whole nother long story. But here is.
Wait, Mia wants to ask a question. Hurry up, Mia.
Yep. It's easier if you guys just ask the question. Right. Instead of asking if you could ask the question.
Agreed.
Just ask the question. All right. Well, I'm gonna play this until you ask it. This is Heather Sheridan.
Keep going. We'll get to it.
I showed it to my son the other day. I was talking to him.